Hello, welcome. This is Haley with the Brigham House Stitcher. I need to come up with an intro. I'm just looking at myself in the camera here and I don't know if I like this shirt. I was wearing a comfy baggy sweater and then I said to my sister I was going to go film my Flosstube and she said, maybe you should change your shirt. So I went in my closet and I picked something I haven't worn for a while. This is what I used to wear all the time when I worked at the art gallery. Very classy. I don't know if it's me anymore. But anyways, it's a shirt. It's nice. We're going with it. Okay. So, let's start with story time. I've got lots of stories. First one is Let Freedom Ring Sal. Okay? I was geared up. I was ready to go. I had ants in my pants about starting this cross-stitch project, about starting this Sal. I refrained from starting it so many times because I was so excited to start it. Had all my stuff ready, knew exactly where I was going to start. I was excited. I was ready to go. And then the morning of the 4th, when we were supposed to start, I got the stomach flu, food poisoning. I'm not even sure what it was, but 2 o'clock in the morning, just in the bathroom for the next 12 hours. I was so weak I couldn't even pick up a needle, but because I was so determined to start on that day, I think I did 27 stitches. It was just one little straight line, and then I was just like, ugh. Spent the rest of the day in bed. I was so upset that a whole day was wasted and I couldn't start it. But the next day I was able to start, and well, let's just see it now. Yeah. Let's just see it now. All right. Oh, I haven't made a card for it yet. I should do that next. Okay. This is Let Freedom Ring by Lila's Studio. This is what it's supposed to look like. I'm so excited. And the next day, Sunday, the 5th of January, I was able to stitch. I stayed home from church and I stitched for 9 hours and I got, how many stitches? 800 and, come on now. Open up my pattern keeper. I got 892 stitches in. So I started directly in the middle, which would have been about here. Nope, here. I can see my little mark here. I started here, and then I just stitched until the thread ran out. And so that's what I'm working with. I'm really excited about it. It's so pretty. And I thought it was so much bigger because I have the pattern here to keep me motivated. And this is gigantic. And for some reason in my mind, that's how big it's going to be. But nope. It's not that big. And I love the way it's stitching up. This is, where's my, I think it's 28 count Lugana in vintage mocha. Where's my sticker? The sticker was on there for a very long time. Stitching it with all the called for floss, and I'm stitching it 2/2. So there's that one. So next part of the Let Freedom Ring funny story is, it's Sheila at Crow River. I swear I need to write things down. I'm horrible at this. Crow River Stitcher? I think is her name. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Find her right now. The Crow River Stitcher. Yeah, okay. So Sheila, she's hosting the Stitch Along the Sal, and somebody has organized a Facebook group, And I don't have Facebook. I deleted all my social media during the pandemic. I didn't like the contention. I didn't like how self-centered it makes some people, myself included. So during that contentious time, I deleted all social media. I got off it, and I've loved every single minute of it. I love not being on social media, but I want stitchy friends. I want to talk to people about cross stitch. I want help and tips and tricks and, encouragement and, people telling me about cross stitch shops that are just 30 minutes away, or, what are they called? Retreats. I want to know all that stuff. I want stitchy friends. So I was like, should I get on Facebook? Should I get on Facebook? And I was just going back and forth with it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I want to get on Facebook so I can be part of this group, the Stitch Along the Stitch Along group on Facebook. So I get on, and I restrict access to my phone. They're like, can we have access to your contacts? No. Can we have access to your phone's memory? No. Can we have access to your phone's storage? No. Can we have access to this? No. No. And then I do the bare minimum for my profile, and I add a picture, and then I friended 2 of my sisters and my niece. Okay, and that's it. That's all I was doing. And then I get in the group and I see the posts, and I'm just so excited, and I see people's progress, and I'm just like, okay, yes, I like this. The next day, I get a notification from Facebook saying that they've suspended my account for not following community guidelines, for not using a name I use in real life, for having a fake account, along those lines. Fake account. We've suspended your account. You can appeal it if you'd like by sending us a selfie video of you turning your face this way and up and down. And, we got to verify you're a real person. I'm like, that's super weird. I've only been on there less than 24 hours and I'm fake. Meanwhile, we all know that there are thousands of fake profiles on Facebook. Like, half of the relationships on 90 Day Fiancé start with a fake Facebook profile. So I'm like, this is so bizarre. This is so weird. Anyways, I do the video, and then they come back to me the next day and they say, okay, we've reinstated your account. You're good to go. You're a real person. Good on you. I'm like, okay, cool. Go in and check the Facebook group, see people's progress, Then this very morning, the day after they reinstate, less than 24 hours of them reinstating my Facebook status, they sent me another notification saying they've suspended me for the same reasons. I couldn't believe it. My account suspended twice in like 48 hours because I didn't allow them access to my phone, and I didn't post nonstop about my life, and I didn't friend 1,000 people on the first day. So bizarre. So we'll see if I stay on Facebook. I'm really sad that if I don't stay on Facebook, I can't be part of the group. But I mean, what? I don't know what else to do about this. It's so crazy. I don't know how. I jokingly say that they heard, because I spy on you all the time. I jokingly say that they heard how much crap I was talking about them, and so they're now they're like, oh, you want a Facebook now? Well, you can't have one. So, anyways, that's my little Facebook story. Okay, let's see. Let's get into the whips. Yeah. So we did Let Freedom Ring. You saw that one. So let's do Mystery Whip. Should we do Mystery Whip? Why not? Oh, and I made myself some tags for my bag so I know what's in there. They're spiky, so I might have to fix that. Okay, let's see. Last time I was at 4,334 stitches. We were at 18.88% done. This is where we were last time. Now we are at 6,200. We are at 27% done. Make sure you can see that. Yep. Okay. I remembered to take everything off the hoops. All right. So there we are. I swear, every time I look at it in the camera, I'm like, yes, I can tell what it is. Can you guys tell what it is? I don't know. But I got a lot done, as you can see, most of this. I've broken it up into sections, relatively what I need to get done in a month. So this line here, and here, and then here, and here, and then so on. So this here is what I needed to do in November, and then this here is what I needed to do in December, and then this is what I needed to do in January. There's still some spots in there that need to be done, but I mean, it's only week 2 of January, so I can get those filled in real quick. But I think what I'm going to do is come back over here and work down in this space. This, what is it? It's a 5x4 section. So 4x5 here. I think I'm going to move over here. This got really boring real fast. So I'm going to move over here next, work over here, and then maybe I'll move over here, and then, I don't know, we'll see. But I like looking at it in the camera. It looks good. You know, I stitch on it every single night. The goal is 100 stitches a night. We'll get it done by his birthday, which I'm glad I remembered this. His birthday is when I want to get it done for. It's his 50th birthday. So I really got to get it done before his birthday so I can send it to him. Yeah. Every time I look at it in the camera, I feel giddy about it, because when you're stitching it up close, it don't look that great. But it actually does. I'm so happy. All right. Next whip, Wendy's wedding whip. So Wendy, if you're watching, don't look. Now, I worked 2 Sundays on this. It is Historical Sampler Company wedding sampler kit. So it's kit floss, kit fabric. This is what it's gonna look like. This is what it looked like last time. I don't have it in Pattern Keeper, so I don't have stats for it. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. And here is where I'm at. I asked Flosstube and my family where I should go next, because I finished that one side, that one section. And my little sister, Kelsey, who I absolutely adore, she watches my Flosstubes and she always encourages me. She's so nice. She loves me so much and I love her. She said, do the peacock. Move to the bottom and do the peacock. So I did. I moved down to the bottom corner and worked on that peacock. So I finished the top left, right, I don't know. And then I moved down there. Can you see? Yes, you can see. Okay. So there. Did one little peacock, and then there's like a fruit basket above him or something. So that's where we're at on Wendy's wedding whip. She commented last time I shared the link with my family about my video, Flosstube number 5. And she's like, when am I going to get my whip? When am I going to get my sampler? I'm like, listen, lady, it's coming. Okay, let's do creation next, because I forgot to take a picture of it. So this is kind of where it was the last time. This is where it was 2 floss tubes ago. It was kind of in the same spot, I feel like. Now, the reason I worked on this one was because I was like, okay, if I'm starting Let Freedom Ring, then I need to get a finish. And this was the closest thing to getting a finish. So this is what it's supposed to look like. I've since given up on the desire to have a finish. It's not happening. It's not going to happen anytime soon. I love my big projects, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so here's where we are. Filled in some, I filled in the sheep. And I believe I did Eve's hair, and I did some leaves. Oh yeah, we did the tree last time in the last video. So there's some other stuff done in there, but I think this is one that is going to get set aside for quite some time because, one, I don't have a love for it. I mean, it's nice and all that stuff, but I don't have a love for it. And I have other things that I'm obsessed with that I want to stitch. So that one's probably going to go away for a while. Okay, let's do Lord of the Rings characters. Let's see. All right. Okay, this last time I was at 6,260 stitches out of 11,791. I was at 53.09% done last time. This is where I was in last video. So I had finished Wormtongue, finished him, and had a little bit of the Witch King filled in. So that's where I was last time. And here's where I'm at now. Hopefully that's in frame. Oh yeah, you know what? I just used my brain for 2 seconds and realized I have a mirror here. Now I can see the camera without doing this sort of thing. Look at me using my brain. All right, so I finished the Witch King, got him all filled in. Here, we'll bring you in closer. Nope, there we go. So it's basically like two or three colors to fill him in. So, yeah. How many stitches was that? It was a difference of like 300 stitches I put into this. So I think next time I work on it, we're going to do the ring wraith, and then all the baddies will be done. And then we can move on to the fun people. Oh, I didn't show you what it was supposed to look like. That's okay. That's okay. We can do that now. Bam! There's a glare, but that's what it's going to look like. So, I love that I'm making progress on this. I don't stitch on it constantly, but I am making progress on it. So I love that, because it's one of my oldest. Okay, so in the last video, sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. In my last video, I talked about how the Holiday Baking Championship game was over, I believe. I think we had watched the last episode or something, so I had to put some stitches into something. Well, I had done that, and then I was like, well, what am I going to stitch on now? I want some sort of game. And then we talked about the decision wheel that Adelaide Stitches does. I believe that's her name. So I got it, put all my whips in it, spun the wheel, and it gave me Governor's Palace. Can I tell you something, honestly? I never should have started this whip. Never should have done it. Simple as that. Shouldn't have started it, okay? It is so much block stitching. It's just basically solid color. I mean, I love it because it reminds me of my trip to Virginia, which I absolutely loved and adored. I love Virginia. I love Williamsburg. I love the Governor's Palace. So of course I wanted to stitch it, but I never should have started it. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to start it. I wasn't in the right mood. Oh, did I take a picture of it? I didn't. I'm doing great today. Okay. But anyways, this was all that was done last time you saw it. I did one line here and then this green here. Maybe you can see that. Yeah. Not fantastic, but I mean, the decision wheel said work on it, so I worked on it. Technically speaking, I worked on it. I think this is one that is also going to go away for a long while. Okay, now's the sad story. The sad story that I want to cry about. Okay, we're moving on. Oh, I haven't done any stats on anything. Like Lugana, Ada, DMC. I stitch with DMC unless it's a kit. And Let Freedom Ring, I told you was on Lugana. Everything else is on Ada. I think we're good. This is the Primitive Months Village Sampler, which, let me grab my bag, okay? So, the Etsy listing has its, grab all the things. Where's my card? Here it is. Okay. The Etsy listing has it, Primitive Months of the Year Village by NARAxStitchPatterns on Etsy. That's what I thought it was. Okay? That's what I thought it was. Then I open up the pattern to the key. Pattern name, 265 Calendar Months Village, designed by Ozyannikova Maria. I'm sorry, what? Clearly, I didn't read the pattern for several reasons. We know this. So it's not by NARAxStitchPatterns. That's just who's selling it on Etsy. And it's not Primitive Months of the Year Village. It's 265 Calendar Months Village. I mean, it is what it is at this point. What are you going to do? I'm stitching it. Okay. So here's what it's supposed to look like when it's complete. Right? You know when they say that counting is hard in cross stitch? Apparently reading's hard too. Here's where it was last time you saw it. Nope, bring it here. There we go. I was working on December. I didn't quite have it done, but I did finish it on New Year's Eve. Okay? That's important to note. I finished it in December. Okay. Now, here's where I'm at. I'll get it all in there. There we go. So I'll bring it in close and then I'll tell you the sad story. So there's December done. Lots of white. Lots of snow in that. Lots and lots of snow. But I think it's still cute and it turned out well. The pattern picture has it on darker fabric. When I first started this, I didn't know much about fabric. So I chose this. I got it on Amazon. Now, sad story. I was looking for, easy stitch to do without taking my tablet upstairs in the morning before work. So I grabbed this and I started on January. Okay? The border is, I would say, what? Almost 50% complete. I would say almost 50% complete. Okay. Did the whole outline, full stitch, all good. Then as I get into that second one, you can see here how it starts checkerboarding. Let me get it there. So I start doing the checkerboard up here. it's off. It's off a whole stitch. Now what I had done was the pattern that I had was off, right? We had talked about this a couple episodes ago about how it's off, okay? The pattern's off. I don't know how or why, but it was off, so I had to adjust. I had to count and space it out myself because I had started in May and then I moved down to October and it was off. So what I did was, you can see in all the empty blank squares, is I just did a thread or two, half stitch to mark out where it would go. Okay, making sure it all added up. I miscounted by 1 line. If you can see, let me bring it in close. Let me bring it in close. Do you see there? Right there. This needs to be down 1 row. 1 extra stitch on this line. But I can't because it's spaced perfectly with this. This spacing and this spacing is perfect. So I need to bring this up 1 stitch. This line up 1 stitch. Now, do I frog it? Because it's going to affect not just January, but February, March, and April. Or do I leave this down 1 and then move these up 1? I think that if I frog this, I'm going to feel like it's such a waste of thread. Do you know what I mean? I realize it's just DMC, and I can go to Hobby Lobby, and I can buy another skein. I probably have one in my stash right now. But it's a waste. It's a waste of stitching. It's a waste of thread. So what do? Do I frog it and start over, right? Not that big a deal. But it's going to affect 4 months. 4 months, which I don't think would be so terrible because I looked at the pattern, which I'm going to politely show you. We're not going to go too deep in this, but if you can see, there's no stitches. There's 2 lines of stitches that have nothing. So technically speaking, I could get away with it, right? If I just take out one of those lines, right? Except for that's not one of the lines that needs to be taken out. Well, one of them is. So I could take, just like delete that top line and everything moves up 1. Could totally do it. Kind of the same case for February. Also for March, except for it just has 1 line. So the trees would be touching the border in March. And then April, again, the cloud would be touching the border. Is that such a big deal? I don't know. I think I'm going to have to sleep on it, but I think I need to make a decision on it fairly soon, because if I just go, I'm going to put this away until I make a decision on it, it's going to go away for a couple of months because I'm working on other stuff that I like. What do I do? My sister says frog it. Somebody on Instagram says frog it. Oh yeah, I also got Instagram. Finally. They don't think I'm fake, even though they're the same company. Run by Zuckerberg. I'm not fake on Instagram, just fake on Facebook. Okay, last whip is The Name of Jesus by My Big Toe. That ring light really does give off such a glare. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. So I've converted the colors. The names I'm doing in DMC something. Let's see. Last time I was at 1,101 stitches. I was at 4.25%. This is where it was last time you saw it. That's not bad. That's not bad. This time I'm at 1,963 stitches out of 25,905. I'm at 7.58% done. Here's where we are. Oh, this is a 32 count Lugana almond. And this way is up. There we go. So I finished Jesus. And now I'm putting in the twigs, and I'm not quite sure if I love the twigs. There are so many counting errors in the twigs, okay? And they're just gonna stay. Not picking those out. So there's where we are. I enjoy this stitch a lot. I love the green, which is like, I know I've told you it before. Oh yeah, DMC 895. And then the brown that I'm using is 839. And then for the flowers, I haven't quite decided, but I think 22. I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to that. So anyways, I don't know if I like the twigs. It kind of looks like veins or like lightning. Not quite sure. But they only happen in this one. The twigs don't happen anywhere else. So I've already started, so I have to finish with the twigs. Have to. Crikey, I forgot to put something back. Okay. So let's see. I think that's it. I haven't gone anywhere because busy at work. Before Christmas, it's all sending packages and whatnot. And then after Christmas, it's 40,000 Amazon returns a day. Legit. We had 20 boxes in one day. And you're thinking, oh, that's not that many. Okay, each box, I don't know if any of you know how Amazon does returns, but you bring in a cell phone case, it doesn't get shipped back by itself. It gets put in a plastic bag with a label, not a shipping label, but a label with a code so Amazon knows who to give the money back to. And then it goes in a box. And once that box is full, then it gets shipped out. So in each box, you have between 15 and 50 items. And in one day, we had 20 of those boxes. So roughly speaking, maybe somewhere between like 1,000 Amazon returns in one day. I mean, that's typical, I suppose, for Christmas. Grateful for the work. Okay, grateful for the work. But some people have an addiction and they need to think. They need to read some reviews. And when somebody says, oh, if you don't like it, I can just take it back. I was never raised to say that you didn't like a present. You say thank you, and then you put it in a closet for a couple of months, and then you give it to donation when the person has forgotten about it. But, you know, without the Amazon returns, I wouldn't have a job, okay? So, it's just exhausting. It's so exhausting. Okay, I've done all my whips. I've done my starts. I have no haul. I've gone nowhere. I've done nothing but work and cross stitch and be sick. And anything else? I don't think so. I think that's everything I have. Yeah. Plans for the next 2 weeks are to tomorrow, which is Saturday, gonna work on Let Freedom Ring. On the pattern, you can see, I'm doing this section. So I would actually like to, I broke it up the way Sheila does. Okay, into the, what is it? It's like 24 by 40. 24 by 40 sections. I was planning on doing that, but I actually love the roof so much. Sorry if that was loud. I love the roof so much that I think I want to just get the roof done. You know, do another section on that, maybe get the windows. Just, I like it. I mean, look at, if I'm going to look in the mirror, I got to see in the mirror. There we go. I love, it's so beautiful. I'm so glad I signed up for this. I love it. Okay, so plans are tomorrow, work on this. Sunday, wedding whip days. I need to work on Names of Christ, and every single night, unless I'm absolutely and utterly exhausted or sick, is to work on the mystery whip. 100 stitches a night, no matter what. Otherwise, it's not going to be done for his birthday. So, those are my plans. Anything else coming up? Oh, yeah. The next time I do a Flosstube, it will actually be my birthday. That's what's on the schedule, is my birthday. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something fun for that. I don't know. Yeah. We'll do something fun for my birthday. Okay. So that's in 2 weeks. Am I ready for it? I'm turning 39. Not 40 yet. Nearly there. Not yet. Okay. I'm done rambling. I'm going to shut my mouth now. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate anybody who's followed me on Instagram so far and liking my posts. Thank you so much. I love being there. And we'll see if I get to stay on Facebook. We'll see if they allow me to be on their platform. If they deem me worthy of being a human. We'll see. All right. Until next time.